If you camp in bushes, I hope your mom breaks your PlayStation. What is going on, Savage here? I hope you're having a good day and I hope you're getting more wins in Warzone. With these tips and tricks videos, my goal is to just improve everyone's common knowledge. That way you guys can load up with a little bit more information and a little bit more prepared than you normally would. Before we get into the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 50,000 subscribers, and leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Anyway, in this video, we'll be covering another viewer submitted breakdown, and this is going to be on a solos match. Now, solos, you know, they're a little campy nowadays. They've always been pretty campy, but they're getting more campy, especially with the Origin meta being what it is right now. So let's break down this gameplay. Let's learn something new. Let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, here we are diving in to train station. I really do love the fact that they opened up the inside of train station. I wish they would have done it in the very beginning, but you know, it is what it is. But I do enjoy the fact that it's opened up now. All right, when you guys drop right off the dump, play aggressive, run, sprint, slide cancel, go around corners, try to pick fights. This is the moment right here that you guys are taking completely different than how you should, right? You need to approach jumping into a game with a whole different outlook. Stop playing as if this is the moment you need to be alive, because it's not. There's a reason why a lot of your top tier players, we all go superstore right off the bat. It's so we can go ahead and establish a good game off the get-go. And if we don't, we go ahead and wipe, go back to the lobby, and then reset. You don't want to approach the beginning of the game slow and passive like this. You want to go out there and fight. Don't worry about dying. If you die, guess what? You've only wasted 60 seconds of your life. You get to restart and go again, right? You want to try to get as many kills as possible in the beginning. That way, in game, should people just be dying off really quick and you can't get kills, you could already have a good double-digit kill game under your belt. So start trying to be super hyper aggressive in the beginning. Again, you only waste a couple seconds. If you die, it's not a big deal, but you want to go ahead and rack up a bunch of kills in the first, 5 minutes of the game for sure. But yeah, like I said, there's a guy right there. All right, so in this position right here, we're just kind of scanning with him, right? We're tracking him with our crosshair. We're not really doing anything about it. Would you take the shot? That's up to you. He'll probably go crouch or prone and be protected, and then it's a true 1v1. In this situation, I would push to him. If you're not going to shoot the target at this range for whatever reason, whether he's got cover, whether you don't trust your gunplay, whatever the reason may be, go ahead and try to work your way closer to the target. All right, he broke his armor, fortunately, but he went prone, right? But also, look, you broke his armor. You have 2 armor plates. The odds of him having plates right now is very slim. This is the moment you should take to push the enemy and play aggressive and get some kills. All right, very nice. I like that. I like that. But also, guys, make sure you're paying attention to your plate reservoir. You want to go ahead and pop that extra plate. Granted, it's super early game. You're not in immediate danger. It's not a huge necessity, but it definitely would be nice to have. Oh, he gave you an armor box. Still got a guy right there. Oh my God, nice. Get wrecked. Bro, but he gave you an armor box. This is beautiful. I love that. I love that about that guy. Right now, we're really in a position where people are just bringing you loot, which is kind of nice. And you do have $6,500 already. And you have objectives you can do around you. Because you're so close to having your money, I would just go ahead and just loot up, get a loot. Instead of going after objective and then get your loadout, and then sky's the limit from that point. Then you can go for objectives, you can go push different areas. Train station's a nice spot to rotate to. There's so many options of rotations you can do. If you like going hospital, you can push hospital. If you want to go promenade, you can go promenade. If you want to go to the apartment complex to the north, you can do that. If you want to go boneyard to the west, you can do that. This is really a centered location. All right, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice right there. Legitimately, you go out the door and the bounty is b-hopping towards you. Actually, that might not be the bounty. It might be, who knows? But regardless, there's just a guy just happened to be b-hopping right in front of you. Easy kill, bro. What? Yo, let me get in these lobbies, please. That guy was oblivious. He had no idea what was going on. All right, $8,500 right now. We're sitting pretty. I'm sorry, $8,600. I can't read. But we're sitting pretty, and the bounty is going to meet its maker. I love it, dude. I love it. And you've got, honestly, a decent loadout. It's not the greatest HDR build in the world, but it's definitely better than a lot of the other ones. So I love the fact that you're rocking the hell out of it. And the RAM is, of course, a pretty gnarly weapon. I, for one, am not good with the RAM, I'll be honest. I don't know what it is. Me and the RAM don't get along. I look like a 3-year-old toddler shooting a weapon when I use the RAM. But if I use any other gun, I'm an absolute beamer, so I don't get it. All right, there's the chance of this guy being on the bottom floor very slim. Being on the top floor, very slim. If I had to guess, he's in the stairway. He might not be. He might be in the bottom doing whatever. We've seen this lobby. Sky's the limit, right? But I'm pretty sure he's in the stairwell, kind of just, you know, putting himself in a corner. That way it's a little more difficult to push him. And this is exactly where stuns come into play, right? I always tell you guys, drop the baby monitor for stuns. Fortunately for our boy here, he's got a stun grenade, so you can go ahead and use it to push the enemy. I would have recommended, instead of going to the bottom floor, staying on the top and just pushing in on the bounty from the top, right? You're better off pushing down staircase where you have the high ground than pushing up a staircase where they can just be sitting there ADS'd on you. Thought he was in the stairway. I really did. All right, I get you want to slow your gameplay down so you don't jump into your death. I understand that. But remember, always play paranoid, right? You're kind of on a ledge right now, sitting up like a little gargoyle. Go ahead and jump up on there and try to get this target as fast as possible. Because remember, not only do you want to worry about him killing you, but you want to worry about other people killing you. And the last thing you want to do is come all the way over here. He's above you? What the hell? What a weirdo. I have no idea who killed this dude. I'm assuming a sniper. I guess. I don't know. Oh, shit. There's another one up there. Is there a way up there I didn't know about? There's got to be, right? What are the odds? Two people just sitting up there. That's so weird. Chat, if you know a way on the very top of that, without coming in from a parachute, please let me know. The weird thing about it was, if they both bailed in from parachutes, why did they just now kill each other when he's been up there the entire time? It's very, very odd. But let's go ahead and leave me a comment in the section below if you know how he got up there. All right, but we have a buy station, we have the money, and here we go. Time to get our loadout and see what our boy is going to be rocking. I love it. He's also mouse and keyboard. Gang, gang. I love that too, bro. I love that too. A lot of people have been saying, Savage, what's better, mouse and keyboard or controller? Savage, which one's harder to learn? Which one's easier to learn? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, there's debates out there. I will tell you, I believe mouse and keyboard does have a higher ceiling of skill level that one can learn, that one can achieve. However, most of your mouse and keyboard players, you know, they don't do what Shroud does. They don't do what I do. They don't do what, you know, what other mouse and keyboard players do. So when you see these guys, when you see these goats rocking mouse and keyboard and slapping out, that's not your normal PC player. Your normal PC player is just like your normal, you know, PlayStation player. But I definitely recommend everyone go out and buy a PC and get off console. That's just me. Okay. Start your console wars in the comment section below. Thank you. He had Ghost on. I was like, I've never seen that message in my entire life. Okay, well, there's also a free loadout coming in, so you're gonna get your loadout, then you're gonna get Ghost loadout. So it worked out. I'm not gonna lie, that shook me for a second. I was like, this game is glitched. But no, that made sense. That made sense. All right, he's actually gonna be rocking a RAM build and an HDR build. Dude, what are the odds that the two weapons you picked up are exact weapons that you actually rock as your main class? I like that. I like that. I really need to do a RAM build. I just, you know, something with me and the RAM, we just don't get along. I really need to work on the RAM and just use something different, bro. I'm tired of using the same guns. I really am. I really, truly am. I will say that's my one biggest gripe with this game is the fact that we're always using the same guns. You know, what is the meta? I really wish we had a more variety of weapons we got to use. Like in Blackout or like in PUBG or like in Fortnite. You could just use any gun and slay out with it. This game right here, kind of not so. It's getting better, but it's still meh.
I need recon on my position.
All right, so there's an enemy on the loadout as well. Go into the high ground with the HDR. This is pretty self-explanatory, dudes. Unfortunately, there's something blocking. But normally getting the high ground when you have a sniper is definitely the play. When you're sniping, you guys got to stop sniping from the ground level, right? Especially if the enemy's on the same level or a level above you, which is always. You want to try to get the high ground, the vantage point. That way you can have an easier time getting headshots, and you're not super exposed to everybody else on the ground level. Also, guys, start utilizing the building's other paths, right? What I mean by that is, most people, and be honest with yourselves right now, most people, when they saw the enemy was on bank, what would you have done? you would have gone in through the front door, you would have gone in through the glass, and you would have walked up the staircase. You would have heard your loud ass Dumbo feet. You would have heard you bust through the door. And then, you know, it's not really that fair of a fight because he's got the high ground. He's going to be watching the doorway. So I like the fact that he vaulted on the side of the building, got up the ladder, climbed up, and then got the easy kill. The enemy had no idea he was coming because he had his distance from the enemy. Now, I know that may seem super basic to intermediate players, but remember, there's a lot of newer players that watch these videos. Most of the people that watch these videos are newer players. So I got to throw that out there for my boys. That way they know different ways to push buildings and why people do what they do. All right, here we are going off again. There's only 51 enemies left, and we have 5 kills. That's one thing. I think that's the thing I hate most about solos is the lobbies die really fast. I'm not a fan of that at all. It just makes it really hard to play solos because normally it's just kind of slow and boring. But definitely go for bounties. Bounties is the best way to find people, of course. You also have enough money for another UAV as well. I would go ahead and chase on the bounty first, and hopefully there's a buy station over there. Then buy for UAV. There is a buy station. Perfect. Then buy for UAV. All right, so when you have a bounty objective, what are the 2 things the bounties always do, right? Very rarely do you see them do the 3rd thing. But what are the 2 main things they do? They run or they camp, right? Now me, if I got a bounty on me, bro, I'm pushing. I'm going to play it like they have a bounty. He just laid a claymore down. You do have C4 in there. He jumped out the window, I believe. That should have got a hit marker. He had to have jumped out the window. He didn't? That didn't hit? Are you what? Yo, hit him with that teabag, bro. All right, so in that fighting situation right there, honestly, the play of the game would have been him jumping out the window, rotating back up the stairs and coming behind our boy and shooting him in the back. That would have been the better option. 2 reasons why that would have been a better option. 1, he called the cluster strike on top of him. So that messes with our dude Techno's audio, right? So hearing footsteps during a cluster strike, very hard to do. I am surprised that C4 didn't get a hit marker. He threw it, you know, within the room, and C4s have a blast radius. Would it have killed him? No, but it should have broken his armor at least or gotten a hit marker. So I'm very surprised it didn't do that. But again, the play of the game and the enemy's position would have been for him to jump out the window, change his angle, come up the backside, come up the stairs, and shoot our dude right in the back of the head. Guys, when you're in a close quarter fight and you feel like you don't have the advantage and you have the sudden urge to sit in a corner, don't. Look around you, look at the room, analyze everything, start busting windows out, start jumping out some windows, start changing the fight by rotating the building. And the problem with people camping in corners like that when they get scared is the fact that sometimes it'll work out for them. So they get in the habit of doing it because they're like, well, I get a kill sometimes. But remember, as you're progressing your KD, as you're progressing in the game, as you're progressing in your career, you're going to become a better player. So you're going to be teamed up against better players as well. My lobbies aren't like that. We don't run into players who are camping in rooms like that. But I believe he pinged someone in Firehouse. Now, Firehouse is a pain in the ass, especially since the dude's in the tower. I know he's in the tower just because of where the ping was at. That's exactly where he is. Now, if you get a nice headshot, that'll make your life way easier. But again, pushing close range on Firehouse, that's probably one of the hardest buildings to push just because that tower only has 1 way up and 1 way down. Now, there are ways around a tower camper, and depending on how this fight goes, we'll get into that as well.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about how do I contest somebody that's in tower since I can't climb up the ladder, right? Again, advanced players, you guys are watching this. This is just common knowledge. Just hold your hate, right? Remember, a lot of people watching this are newer players. The thing to be would be to get on the roof and then throw C4 in there. Now, you would need C4 grenades or something, right? You'd have to have some kind of lethal in order to make this work. If you don't have that, you're kind of SOL. You just bail from the fight. But if you do have a lethal, just get on the roof, throw it in there, break his armor, hopefully get the kill, and then GG's, right? That is the most efficient way to actually kill somebody who's camping in towers, unless you have a sniper like our boy right here, right? I'm really surprised this dude's not hitting prone, honestly. One reason why I hate getting in sniper fights with people in towers is because that's all they do, right? The moment you hit them one time, they go prone and you don't see them again. They just lay there and wait, and then it's just a waiting game. Fortunately for our dude Techno, the guy, you know, stood up and he was able to hit him 3 times with HDR and get the kill. But we're sitting relatively good. We got 8 kills with 37 left. I mean, you could potentially turn this into a 20 kill game depending on how aggressive you go, and also the RNG of where the enemies are at and who's killing who and where people are camping at. But this still could end up being a really good game for you. Also, guys, I love the fact that he's vaulting. Again, this is something very simple, but again, most of you guys, newer players, y'all don't do it. If you utilize the vaulting feature to navigate throughout the map, you have a better shot at winning games and winning gunfights. Mostly because, just like him, he vaulted into the compound, but he stayed on the high ground. So when the guy rounded the corner, that was an easy headshot, easy kill. Killed him fast, killed him quickly, in and out. I love it. A lot of newer players, they would just stay on the ground. They would just walk around the entire thing, go back in, and then they're on level playing ground with the enemy. Then it's a fair 1v1 fight. I love the fact that he got the little bit high ground on it and was able to get the kill. Was there just a bleep next to you? There was. All right, right here, you're in a perfect gatekeep situation. There's really nothing technical about it. Now, huge misconception, guys. I don't know who's spreading the lies, but the first circle is the fastest circle in the game. The first circle is the fastest circle in the game, right? So when it closes in, the first circle is the fastest. The second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, they're a lot slower, so you can outrun it. So the circle's closing in, you're on the far edge, so it's going to move relatively quickly, but you can still outrun the circle easily. Repositioning. So just get up here, get on the high ground again, dude, and get the easy kill. He's inside the compound, actually. There he is. Ooh, that's ballsy. That was ballsy, mostly for the fact that if the dude would have been, a really good shot, he could have instantly turned on you, snapped on you, and got the kill while you were parachuting. That's what I would have done. All right, areas like this, when you're going in the area, you definitely want to get the high ground because train stations really cluster together, and you want to have the vantage point. I get that, but the circle's coming in. The odds of you being able to rotate all the way deep into the train station, hit that left, and stay on this platform that's safe is very slim. So I think you're either going to hit the gas or you're going to have to jump back up. So. Jump back off. So I don't want to see the point of this one right here. All right. My only issue with this is, again, parachuting, man. Dude, I love when people parachute next to me. Even in that short amount of time, I will get an easy kill. So just make sure you make your hang time as least as possible. Now, you have a lot of people here. A lot of people here. This dude should be on the bottom level with you, according to UAV. He is. Should be an easy kill. I remember his plates are broken, yours are not, dude. I mean, you can definitely snipe him, but I would go ahead and push his ass for sure. Oh, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be a nice headshot here, bro. There it is. GG, bro. GG. You can tell it was gonna be an easy headshot because the enemy was playing slow, right? Guys, basically his sidestepping was just very, I don't even know, out of it is the word. He was just sidestepping very slowly, which makes a super easy headshot. You gotta have a jitter effect. You gotta be all over the place so I could crack that on Adderall, right? So you gotta just be careful when you're in a situation, especially when you're in a situation against a sniper or someone who's got the gatekeep on you or someone's got a head glitch on you. You want to keep your movement fast. You don't want to just sidestep slowly. That's why when people are sniping and I'm spectating them, I'm always telling you guys, don't ever hold the scope up and then slowly sidestep because he's gonna shoot you in the head, right? You gotta make sure your movement's fast. That's why when you watch some of the best players in the world, they have the top tier movement. Movement will change your game forever. So make sure you guys are utilizing movement when you're in a fight. Now, there is another guy around this corner you could easily sneak up on. You don't have a UAV, but that's okay. I really wouldn't be wasting too much time looting. You're good. A gas mask would have been nice, but that's fine. Now, they're fighting right now. I wouldn't even call that in. Go third party these guys. I wouldn't even call it in, dude. Push in that build and third party them. Now, you do have a heartbeat, unfortunately. I would have said if you had a stun grenade, you could just stun in there and get an easy kill. But clusters, guys, clusters is great for suppressing enemy. If you want to push into a building and you know there's a guy there and you don't want him to hear your footsteps, it's a great tool to cover your footsteps as well. If you're out of position and you need to get safe and you're suppressed by an enemy team, using clusters on them is a good way to get them to stop shooting at you. Those are different things that I would use that tool for. Launching on a building to try to get a kill is not a good idea because the building's going to protect them, right? All they got to do is move to the lower floor. Now this guy's coming up to your right hand side. Pay attention to the minimap, and you are. Easy kill right here, bro. GG. Poor guy. Rest in pieces, brother. There's the gas mask. Beautiful. What the? Bro, you just got robbed. He did pick up the gas mask, right, Chad? Pretty sure he did. All right, regardless, here we are moving out. He wasn't able to grab the plate box, unfortunately, which would have been nice as well. Again, I think the gas mask glitched. I love the fact he's using a sniper, but again, dude, even when you're ADS, even when you're scanning for the area, glance at the minimap. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I do. Because I'm a sniper main. If you're using UAV, you want to have that. You see the dot over here by the garages? Go ahead and line up your line of sight. Go ahead and line up your crosshair on the enemy that direction. You're about 20 degrees off of target right now. He is far to the left. It's just minimum things like that, like just paying attention to your minimap, that really will increase your gameplay dramatically right off the get-go. I know some of these steps seem very small, minute, but I'm telling you guys, most of you guys do not do this on a consistent basis, or at all for that matter. Now, I love this. Ooh, this makes me so happy, bro. From a strategy standpoint, especially playing BRs for as long as I have, when you're getting shot at, the last thing you want to do is just straight beeline for a tree. And what I mean by that is he got shot. Instead of just running straight for the tree, he lined his body up with the tree to separate him and the enemy by using that tree as cover, right? You don't have to be right on top of the tree to have cover. You can actually use it to separate yourself and the enemy from him shooting you, right? So I love the fact that he just sidestepped in front of the tree. That way the enemy couldn't put shots on him, gave him time to get safe, gave him time to move up to the tree. And now he's closer to cover and he's able to put shots on the enemy. Unfortunately, again, I don't know what happened with the gas mask, but it did end up screwing him. He was able to get a beautiful, what a beautiful headshot to absolutely outplay the enemy when he was in a really fucked up position, right? Holy crap, a bush camper. Oh my God. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh no. Bro, death to all bush campers in the game, bro. He self-res too. No, turn around, kill him, bro. Oh my God. No. You hate to see it. That's shitty. That's shitty. Shit. Hey. Oh my God, bro. How do I put this in the nicest way possible? If you camp in bushes, I hope your mom breaks your PlayStation. All right. Well, you know, I'm not going to lie, Techno, you were robbed, bro. I don't know if you just happened, the gas mask you happened to pick up. I'm still salty about that for you. You picked up a gas mask. Either A, it was on its last leg too, or B, the game glitched and robbed you. That was just unfortunate as hell, dude. Not to mention the bush camper coming in with the block, so to speak, right? I mean, Jesus, that sucked, bro. You had momentum going. You were in a position to get a couple more kills because there's people at the compound right behind that dude. What an asshole. Now, I do like the fact that you marked your loadout exactly like you did. He named his loadouts, dude. MP5 LMG, RAM HDR sniper, and then he's got a quick snipe build, got a camp sniper build. What's that say? Is that camp sniper, bro? Hey, I like the fact that he named it and organized it. It's just personal preference. Not really any strategy to it, but I do think it helps you pick up whatever gun you just feel like playing. All right, so let's talk about something. Circle positioning is everything. Just based on the circle right here, you know, dude, there's really no good place to go. You know, yeah, I could tell you guys go garage and rotate garage because it's high ground, or I could tell you to stay here because you're already here and it's safe, or I could tell you to push across the open field, which I definitely would not do. But this is really going to be RNG right here. And as you can tell by the title of the video, he makes second place. The circle's probably going to finish in the center, I would imagine. At least that's probably your best bet to actually winning this. But if it goes all the way to your 103, it's going to be a very hard push and you probably won't survive. So I have a feeling it's going to be a centered location. Again, dude, in a situation like this, slow down your gameplay. You don't have to push all the way across an open field. And I definitely don't recommend pushing across an open field. That's just a good way to get shot by the other 19 players on the map. Which leads me to my next point. There's a lot of people alive right now in this small ass circle. A lot of people. So you got to play very passive aggressive. I would definitely try to clear out this area a little bit. And also maybe gatekeep people from the south side that may be coming in from Boneyard or from the pool station or from things like that, right? That's exactly what I would do. I really wouldn't worry too much about this. Now, I like the fact that the loadout drops over there. Definitely go ahead and bait that and see if anyone's there. But there's not, and you're moving out to do better things. I like it. I like the fact that you scan with the heartbeat sensor. You're good to go. There's nothing on heartbeat. There's no numbers being displayed. You don't have money. That's unfortunate. You could pick up the flag objective and it'll give you money. I don't know how much money it'll give you, but it will give you a little bit. There's also shots to your right. Get up on the get on the high ground. Use the vaulting mechanic, guys. I don't know where he's at though. We heard suppressed shots. Is he behind you? No, maybe. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now in that situation right there, I would have vaulted on top of the roof instead of going for the loot. Granted, he got $1,600, so that's fine. But I definitely would have gotten the high ground. That way I can push the enemy from a better position. There he is right to your left. You heard him. You don't need the heartbeat. You heard him. You heard him.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Yo, whip around the corner and whip your out and slap it on his face, bro. There you go. I love it. Yo, screw that man. Yeah. Hit him with that tea bag real quick. All right, so you have $7,100. You do have a gas mask. I would go ahead and buy whatever you want, honestly. It depends on what you feel like you want in this situation. You're in game, so a lot of people are going to have Ghost. I still probably myself would buy a UAV, which I love to see, and cluster strikes as well. When it comes to deciding between cluster strikes and precision strikes, and let's just say that there's an enemy shooting at you, right? And you're needing to push, and he's got you suppressed, and you can't move without dying. That's a great way to use a kill streak. Go ahead and call in a cluster strike. The reason I prefer the cluster strike, again, is it's more damage, it's more pounding, it lasts longer, so you have that much longer to push safely to another area. You call in a precision strike, it comes brr, brr, and then it's done, and then it's gone, right? So I definitely utilize the cluster strikes in game. That is also a cheat code. I've lost many games because people have had cluster strikes and they suppressed me, which gave them enough time to push me and get the kills on me, and vice versa, same way. I've gotten many kills that way as well. Don't waste it yet. You're good. Hold on to it. Timing is everything. Also, dude, there's a lot of people without Ghost on right now, which is nice. 3 people marked and painted. So that's 5 unaccounted enemies. Don't waste it. And also don't stay in the open like this. I had to work my way to the house for sure. And look, the reason I wouldn't waste this is because you don't need to. What are you going to do if you call the cluster strike on this house? It's not going to get a kill. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to make a lot of noise. And not to mention, anyone who's looking at their minimap are going to know you called in the cluster strike, because guess what? When you call in a cluster strike, when you call in a precision strike, they start in the area that you're at. So when you see them on the minimap, it reveals your position too, right? I don't know what the sound effects were, I'm sorry. But I would definitely utilize these rocks to push safely to the building. It's just a great trail, honestly. You have a bunch of rocks, you have a crate right there, and then it's 2 feet between the crate and the wall. So it's definitely a way to push. Do not waste your cluster strike, save it for later. That's gonna be drastic right there. I hate to see that, man. It breaks my heart, dude. It breaks my heart, man. I don't think anybody's even in there. I really don't. We have no knowledge of them being anybody in there. Oh, I hate to see that, dude. Especially in a wide open circle like this, because it's going to come down to you having to get better position, and it's going to come down to an enemy, you know, it's probably suppressing you, and you're going to really regret not having that strike. I think. Now, of course, certain situations dictate different things, but oh shit, look at that. There was a guy there the whole time with you. What is he doing, bro? Yo, this man was crab walking, dude. Get out of here. Oh, I love these lobbies, bro. They make me so happy. I wish I could play against people like that.
5 remaining.
All right, so this is exactly what I was talking about in situations, right? One, dude, if you would have grabbed this building right off the get-go, you'd be home free. Home free. You would have the vantage point. Then you still have your cluster strike. You really wouldn't need it to suppress anybody because you'd already be safe. You could really just get some kills with it as they're running towards you, right? But there's 4 enemies left. I'm gonna stop bitching about you using the cluster strike, okay? I'll go ahead and, oh, that's that ridge right here. Look at this ridge, bro. Oh, that makes me so hot and sweaty. Oh my gosh, this ridge right here, dude, it's a perfect head glitch opportunity. And also, there was a guy bunny hopping back there. I don't know if you saw it. Let's see if we can rewind it. There he is, right there. You see that? Did you see that, chat? Did you? Let's see if I can slow it down. Like you guys actually give a shit, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna call him Fortnite Andy. There he is. Fortnite Andy, bunny hopping everywhere. You can always tell a Fortnite player because they're just doing this the whole time. I just, you know, it is what it is. All right, so we know there's and he just bunny hop again. This dude can't help it, man. All right, so we know there's a player up here. I wouldn't even prone crawl. You're wasting time prone crawling. There's a guy at this house, and he's probably not paying attention to you. The fact that he hasn't pushed out this way to clear the edge makes me realize that he has no idea you're there. He's probably bunny hopping to see somebody over to the east. I would go ahead and get the kills off. We've seen him jump twice. That's 2 opportunities you could have had to push up there and get the kill. Again, this is just giving him more of a chance to get inside the building and hold the windows and hold the doors. All right, they're in a fight. It's your opportunity, boy. Push in, dude. Push in fast. Hit him by surprise before he plates up. I'm not a huge fan of the C4 spam, right? You see this a lot. You see this happen so much, and it also breaks my heart. The house isn't that big, so I understand your thought process, but you got to remember, there's a lot of rooms in the house. They could just easily dive into a room. So if you just throw it in the middle of the hallway, the chance of actually hitting anybody is going to be slim. I definitely don't agree with that at all. Another reason why I would have pushed in really quick, as you can hear him right now, this shit just happens. It just happens as I'm talking about it. The reason why I pushed in off the get-go is because he just got in a fight. His armor is going to be damaged, which it is. We hear him plating to your right? You have full plates. That would have been a perfect opportunity to push in there and get an easy kill, but you alerted him that you were there, which gave him opportunity to pop his plates. Doesn't matter, you got the kill anyway. But just small things like that can save your life in a lot of different fights. All right, now we're in a 1v1v1, right? It's 3 people left. Dude, at this point, screw all loot. Don't loot, don't look at loot, don't even pray to the loot. Forget about the loot. Why? Because you're in the safest spot within the circle. You are in prime time location. Everyone wants to get to your spot. So what does that mean? You need to hold it, man. You don't want to give someone an option to rotate to your building, sneak in, and do to you what you just did to homeboy, right? Hell no. Dude, I'd be working the doors. I'd be working the backside of the building. I'd be working something, dude. I'd be watching somewhere. You want to get your line of sight on something within the circle. Don't worry about none of this. Don't worry about none of this, and don't sit in the mouth. Don't do it. Don't do it, brother. Ooh, all right. So I told you I wasn't going to bitch about using that cluster strike, but right now I got to bitch about it. Oh, you hate to see it. Okay. So we're in a position where the circle's moving completely against us. This is just an RNG factor of the last circle. This is just very randomized, right? There's 2 enemy players left, and one of them is going to be over here having the vantage point. The circle's going to rotate right to him. What would you do in this situation? Again, I would already been analyzing what's going on out there. I've already been trying to figure out who's left on the map before the circle would even identified itself, because right now you only have 10 seconds to rotate, right? So again, another reason why I said forget about the loot. Don't sit in here. You want to scan quickly. That way you can find out where the enemies are before the circle forces you out of position. The less time you have to look for enemies when the circle's moving is the greater shot you have at dying. Also, if you have a cluster strike, while you're shooting at one guy, you can launch the cluster strike on the other guy. And then while he's distracted by that, if he doesn't die to it, you can rotate out. If you did have the cluster strike, it would be an easy kill because there is no cover out here. They would have to put themselves in the open in order to get safe. I hate seeing this, guys. Never, if you've learned anything from my videos, never allow yourself to be forced out of cover because the circle made you. Ever. If it's part of your game plan, that's one thing, but never, ever, ever bust out that front door completely blind to what's going on because the circle told you to. Yes, you have a gas mask, definitely utilize it. But again, this situation right here, I just don't see this going well. All right, so again, cluster strike's important. 2 people are sitting right next to each other. They were just on the mini map. If you want to rewind the video a little bit, you can do so and see that they just got in a gunfight. We're now down to 1 player. If you get the cluster strike, this would be a great opportunity. I would actually launch it right within the line of path the enemy's got to go in order to get safe. He just did to you what you should have done to him. He called in a kill streak to suppress you. That's unfortunate. And he's gonna know you're there because he heard the gunfight. All right, also a thing to do in that situation is the enemy knows you're here. He just called in a strike on you. He's going to be watching that door. And the fact that he saw that front door open is going to really just solidify the fact that you're in that house. I would have gone out the back side of the house. I would have rotated a completely different area. Instead of pushing straight out, I would have rotated the right side of the circle, downwind, and gotten safe from that. One, maybe the enemy would have looked at the door and been like, shit, I didn't see the door open. I didn't get a kill. Maybe he's not in the house. Maybe he rotated. And at that point, the enemy would change his line of sight to another direction, trying to scan for you. You can hop out all happy and shit like a bunny rabbit and get some shots off and hopefully kill the enemy. It's definitely a better option than what you did. I do like the fact that you used them. Oh my god, no, the riot shield. Oh no, you hate to see it, bro. All right. Time is of the essence. Your health is getting chunked by the gas, but you did more damage to the enemy than he did to you. All you have to do in this situation, to my knowledge, is hit him one time. Honestly, I really believe that. I see this a lot too. People are just trying to get safe, especially in game situations. You're both in the gas. You need to fight them. Don't worry about getting safe. You can get safe when you get that W, right? I would too. The fact that you turn your shoulder to him is just, it breaks my heart. You're fast at snapping. You're pretty accurate. I'm 99% sure you would annihilate the hell out of this riot shield wielding asshole. So it just breaks my heart that you turned your side to him. You allowed him to have line of sight on you, and you're just trying to focus on getting safe instead of focusing on getting the kill. So what I didn't expect was the enemy had more gas mask than I really realized. So he was able to sit in the gas, plate up, and come at you full plated. You put a lot of shots on him again, but because he's full plated, he was able just to one tap you. But still, the strategy remains the same. I definitely would have remained fighting him instead of running out in the open to get safe, because that's essentially what had to happen for you to get out of the circle. You made it out of the circle finally, yay, but then you're out in the open with no cover while he was in cover. I'd rather you fight in the gas when you have some cover than run out in the open trying to get safe and die to the blue. Granted, he was behind some cover. honestly, if you would have turned on him and shot at him, you still might have lost the fight. He had a lot around him. He had a tractor. He had some hay bales. You know, that might have been an unwinnable fight. We can sit here and speculate all day. I just still think, in my opinion, now let me know in the comment section below, chat, if you guys agree with me or not. But I think, in my opinion, turning on him and fighting him would have been the better option than running with your back to the enemy and then going out in the open, turning on the enemy, and essentially just dying. You know, you did hit your shots. You were very accurate with it, and it was just unfortunate he was able to play it up and get fully healed. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope you learned something new from this video. Again, I really want to get more in depth on gunfighting. I will be coming out with some gunfight videos per request from a lot of you guys in the comment section below. I will be covering videos just based on gunfighting, so stick around for that. But guys, y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on it and subscribe to the channel today. If you want to check out some other tips and tricks videos, make sure you click one of these links over here. And as always, good luck in Warzone and keep on improving.